So you're thinking about moving to the Glover Park neighborhood of DC. Well, in this video, we're going to give you a map tour of Glover Park, show you all the little ins and outs of the neighborhood, show you the restaurants where you can hang out, its proximity to downtown, some of the other adjacent neighborhoods where you might do some shopping. And if you hang in to the end, we'll also do a little bit of a driving tour so you can see parts of the neighborhood firsthand. Now, if this is your first time to this channel and you're looking to learn everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, living in DC, the good and the bad, please like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know the current market in DC. My name is James Reed, and we get calls and emails all the time from people just like you looking to make the move to DC. Whether you're looking to move right now or in the near future, feel free to send us an email, shoot us a text, give us a call, or even schedule a Zoom below, and we're happy to get that conversation started. So as I mentioned, we're doing a map tour of Glover Park today, and to do that, we're going to jump to my computer right now. All right, guys, so we're going to go over Glover Park today on the map. So Glover Park is a neighborhood in northwest DC. I'll zoom in for you. Now, it's a little bit of a kind of funny configuration here, so I'll just draw the outline real fast. Actually, right here where New Mexico and Tonla meet. You go up Watson, come across Garfield, come down Wisconsin, go around Guy Mason Park. Comes right out of here in front of the Safeway. Whitehaven Parkway, you got the park. And then goes around the edge of the neighborhood here. You've got Glover Archbold Park. And that is Glover Park, home to niche.com estimates about 8,000 people. I think the last census it was around 6,500. DC itself is just under 700,000 people. So it's about 1% of town, basically, that live here. Now, in terms of where would you live? So more than likely, you're going to live west of Wisconsin. We've got in here, you can see number of row homes. You do have some condos, right? You can see a bunch of condos where it's a mix of owners and renters typically. So the outer edges of the neighborhood has a lot of the condo buildings that border the parks. The interior, you have a lot of Wardman style row homes. Now, if childcare is a concern of yours, there is childcare in the neighborhood. There is Childcare, and we did go over this in the vlog. I would highly recommend any childcare situation in DC. You get on the list as soon as you can. It is extremely competitive for wait lists and the like, and you can't start early enough. If you do have kids and you are going to be in public school, there is Stoddard Elementary. That is your local neighborhood elementary school, which is very highly ranked. If you, once they get to middle school, their zone here is for Hardy, which is right at the edge, right here. It borders up against Burleith and Georgetown. Hardy Middle School, it's actually where the farmers market used to be too. But now Hardy Middle School is another highly ranked middle school, and how do I say it? So currently, as of the recording of this video, if you're in this neighborhood, your kid would go to Wilson High School if you live here, but starting next year, it would be MacArthur High School. So going from Stoddard to Wilson, you'll see, well, I say Wilson, it's really Jackson Reed High School now, I apologize. It's renamed. Google still has it as Wilson, but it was renamed Jackson Reed after the first African-American teacher and principal. So it's roughly 2 miles away, but MacArthur High School is going to be in the Palisades. It's roughly 2 miles away. So no rough commute there, but that would be it for where the new high school will be. In terms of private schools, there are some private schools around. You've got the British School, the British International School. You come up Wisconsin, you'll have St. Albans, and if you've got the National Cathedral School as well, and then you come further up, you even have Sidwell Friends. If you're interested in private schools that are close by. Now, for work, so You live in the neighborhood. How are you going to get to work? Say if you work downtown, which is a lot of residents do. You've got first option. You can take the bus. The D1 route goes from Glover Park all the way to DuPont if you're going to take a bus or if you're going to take the train. So you can do that. It will also take you to a bunch of locations downtown, so you don't necessarily need to take the train. But if you were, it would take you to the DuPont. Oh, not DuPont Circle, silly. DuPont. Then that'll connect you on the red line. If you have to hook up with any other lines, you can do that at Metro Center or at the Chinatown, Gallery Place Chinatown. And that'll connect you to all the Metro lines that you need. But the D1, D2 lines will definitely get you into town very easily. It's faster than driving, in my opinion, just because of not having to park. But say you don't want to use a vehicle, you can walk if you were so inclined. Or you could take Capital Bike Share, which has 2 locations in the neighborhood. You've got Capital Bike Share at Stoddard and at 39th and Calvert, and you have Capital Bike Share location here at 36th and Calvert on Observatory Circle. Real easy shot to get in downtown. I would go off of Mass, off of Embassy Row, come right in. There are bike lanes off the sidewalk the whole way. Mass Ave is under a ton of construction all the time, so I would avoid driving that route if you can. Now, say part of your job is to fly. How easy is it to get to the airport? There's 3 airports that are 3 airports. So first one would be Reagan. It's about 20 minutes typically. This is saying if you're driving to the airport. Of course, you could take the train there. You would just go off of DuPont, and then you would connect up to the Blue Line. So, yeah, Farragut West. You just hit Farragut West, get there, you can take the train down pretty easily, or you could Uber across if you want, if you weren't driving. If you're going to Dulles from Stoddard, which we're just going to put that as the center of the neighborhood for now. Dulles isn't going to be too bad. I think it's 20, 30 minutes roughly. You'll take the toll road, 30 minutes. And if you were to go to BWI, that's really about an hour. Typically, you're going to have to plan to drive. There's a couple different ways you can get there, but it's about an hour. So all pretty close and convenient for you there, if that's what your commute entails. Now, say if you're here, you're sending your kid to school, or you are, you're an adult who works at one of the major universities. Major universities close by are, you've got American University. Here we go. American University, that is hop, skip, and a jump. You can walk there. You've got Georgetown University, which you can also walk to. Where'd you go? There's Georgetown University. Oh, you know what? I skipped a big school, Duke Ellington School of Arts. If that's not their private, it's a public school. If you are in the arts, you can audition to go there. But so going back, Georgetown University, you can walk there very easily. You can also take a bus off the D1 and get down there. And then GW is not too far away. That one you would definitely take a bus to get down to. So those are all major universities that are very close to the neighborhood, very easy to get to. There are families that buy in the neighborhood, and then they use that to offset the costs once their student is done with school, and then they sell the condo. Now, what's day-to-day activities like? We did live, we did work, play. You've got Guy Mason Rec Center, which we did cover in the vlog. And that one, actually, let me skip over to Google Earth. You can see a little bit more here. So Guy Mason Rec Center. Here we go. So Guy Mason Rec Center, you've got dog park. If you got a dog, which a lot of people in Glover Park have dogs, it's a very dog-friendly neighborhood. You've got Guy Mason Rec Center itself, holds a number of different classes. You've got basketball courts. You've got a playground, a kiddie park. You've got outdoor workout activities or equipment here. You got the softball field, which there are leagues for. Glover Park Day is held here. There's other festivals that go on. There's a lot going on there. Also, if you are in the neighborhood, you've got Stoddard Rec Center that you can take advantage of as well. You have here the community garden. If you are into gardening, there is a wait list for this. It'll be a couple years. I would get on it as soon as you can. The spots do open up. You'll get your own little plot here. There's usually right over here, there's usually mulch and things like that. It's a big activity. You can definitely, if you have a green thumb, you can utilize that because there is not a lot of, you'll get a stamp of a yard if you're in one of the row homes. If you're in a condo, you're not going to get any bit of a yard. So this will give you some green space here. And then we have, where's white? There we go. You have this field here too. If you like, a lot of people, if you have dogs, you can take them off leash here. Frisbees, things like that. It's a pretty big field. Let's see here. And then there's also trails here in Glover Archbold Park. Back to the regular map, you can see the trail better, at least the outline of the trail. Here we go. Yeah, so you can see right here, this will take you all the way down to Georgetown, and it will actually take you all the way to the water if you want. This one here, you can you can take your dog off leash at your own risk. There are deer in the park, so if you have a runner, make sure you keep your dog on leash. Every now and then you see reports too of like a cougar or a mountain lion. I've never seen one myself there, but I've certainly seen plenty of deer in the park. Now, if exercise is your thing, there are a lot of options in the neighborhood. You have yoga district here, right next to where Whole Foods is. You also have, let's see, right here next to Einstein's, you have Core Power Yoga. We've got regular Washington Sports Club gym. You have another regular gym that focuses on a lot of trainers with Balance Gym. There's an elite physical therapy center there as well. Back to the same building where Core Power is. It's not popping up in here, but it's Elements Fitness Wellness Center. That one is gyrotonic, Pilates, physical therapy as well. It's probably the biggest next to Washington Sports Clubs in terms of facilities in there, but it is one-to-one service for there. Let's see. Oh yeah, there's an escape room in the neighborhood, which is nice. And this CVS, which is huge. So it seems like anybody who has a prescription gets it filled there. There's also, let's see, if massage is your thing. There are two massage. Yeah, there's massage therapy here. And then there's also, spas. You've got a few different hair and nail salons that do all the things. Now, food. Everybody likes food. There is a Michelin star. Where'd you go? Is it Ket? Michelin star restaurant in the neighborhood. You have modern Spanish cuisine, fine dining. I have not been there myself yet, but it has tons of reviews. I just have not made the time. I have been to pretty much everything else though in the neighborhood. Rockland's is a personal favorite of mine. That one it's great barbecue. You can also, it's a thing in DC. A lot of people will do catering or smaller orders for the holidays. I have ordered the smoked turkey there. It's awesome. Old Europe is really good. German, Austrian food and the like. I have a friend of mine who was from Germany, and she said it was the closest thing to food back home that she found in DC. You've also got, where'd you go? There we go. Sprig and Sprout, really good. I always mess up if it's pho or pho, but it's very good. Sushi Kiyoko is excellent sushi. It is on, it'll be on the top list if you go follow Eater DC or things like that. It'll be on top sushi restaurants. And former Vice President, now President Biden, was famous for just popping in there when he lived at the Naval Observatory. It was very close. And then in terms of ice cream, if you like ice cream, it's not in Glover Park. It is right down the street. Absolute favorite. Where'd you go? Thomas Sweet. I'm losing you on the map. Thomas Sweet. Right down in Georgetown. There will always be a line. It moves fast. I would highly encourage you to go there, though. That is my absolute favorite ice cream spot in the neighborhood, or close to the neighborhood. We did live, work, play, eat. Now shopping. Shopping itself, there are a few boutiques, furniture stores in the neighborhood. Above, here we go. Yeah, there's Bread Soda, Glover Park Hardware. All right, so for shopping in the neighborhood, there are some modern furniture stores. And there's modern furniture stores like the Le Rosé. There's not a ton of shopping here. That is not a negative, but it's just the reality of it. If you're going to do shopping, more than likely you're going to come down to Georgetown, right, where you've got every type of retail outlet you want. You even have an Apple store. Outside of that, if you want mega mall shopping, you'll probably pop over to Tyson's Corner. But there are some stores in the neighborhood, but Georgetown will be where you do a bulk of your shopping for clothing and things like that, unless of course you do Amazon. Oh, and then you know what? I skipped grocery stores. Everybody focuses on the grocery stores. So Glover Park for grocery stores has an abundance. You have Whole Foods, which is an automatic. You can go in and fill up your basket and leave without having to use a register or a cashier, which you still can, but you don't need to. There's a Trader Joe's that was recently put in. There is Safeway, which is right at the edge of the neighborhood. Technically, it's in Georgetown. You might have seen it if you look up in blogs, like Social Safeway. This one has parking as well. It's a double-decker grocery store. It is a big grocery store. It will certainly have everything you want if it is not in Whole Foods or Trader Joe's. But going up the street to the adjacent neighborhoods in Cathedral Commons, you have Giant. And then you go a little bit further up to where Fannie Mae used to be. There is a Wegmans that just got put in. So you have 5 large grocery stores very close by. I know on the map here it'll say Novel Grocery. That's a convenience store in 4000 Tunlaw. So you can buy some wine there if you want, but that is certainly not like a regular grocery store. And then there's also a little, where'd you go here on 37th? There's a little bodega right over here. So if you just need like beer and wine real quick, you can get that as well. And Pearson's. Can't forget about Pearson's. Pearson's is a very large beer and wine. Disappearing on the map. There we go. Pearson's. It's a very large wine and spirit shop in the neighborhood. It's been there forever. That will certainly have anything you want in terms of entertaining. And so that's it's a fairly small neighborhood, guys. That is Glover Park in a nutshell. Now, if there's something that I missed or something you want to talk about, feel free to put it in the comments below. As always, like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market in DC. And I look forward to seeing you around town.